Welcome. Thanks for taking the workshop with Kelly and I, the power of your standing poses. So I'm going to run through a little flow here that you can do at your own house. And if you don't have blocks at your house, you can always use a chair to do these. You can always use the wall like we did in the studio as well. So setting yourself up so that you can reinforce those ideas of the strength of the standing poses, but then also the strength of your breath, allowing that breath to be your guide as to when it's too far or when it's not far enough for you. Really kind of focusing in on those key aspects of engaging of the legs, pressing with the feet, and really using the strength of your legs to find the integrity of your spine to allow the openness of your chest to eventually come to that revolved triangle, but then doing so with an honest heart and having that intention of doing what's best for your body today. So we're going to start with a little seated intention of finding your strength, finding your power, whether it be in your legs, your mind, or your breath. And then we are going to start in a reclined position. Definitely have some type of strap that you can use around the ball of your foot. We're going to start in that reclined leg stretch. You want a belt, a strap, whatever you can do to put around. So make sure you have that. Maybe a chair handy if you have your blocks. Wonderful. Then you come to a seated position. It can be on a cushion. It could be on your heels like I am. We're just going to be here for a few moments. So when you're ready and set up, close your eyes. Allow yourself to come into the room, onto your mat, and into your body. Connecting with your surroundings. Allow yourself to become more present with every passing moment. Taking note of that intention of finding power in your legs, power in your stance, power in your breath. And allow that image or intention to take hold in your mind's eye here. Taking a deep inhale, side out the mouth. Bring your hands to heart center. We'll open with one Om. Take a big inhale. Keeping the eyes closed so the hands come down to the thighs, inhaling and exhaling. Continue on inhale to a count of 3 or 4 and exhale to a count of 3 or 4. Letting that intention, that vibration settle in. Allowing yourself to settle into this space. 2 more full rounds of breath. One more full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, allow the eyes to blink open. As you exhale, make your way onto your back. Bringing your strap in. Draw those knees into the chest to begin. Give them a little squeeze. And then place the left foot on the ground. The strap's going to go around the ball of the right foot. Spread through those toes. And then imagine again you're pushing up into the ceiling with the ball of your foot. So you're pressing up into the strap. Your legs are engaged. And then you're going to take that left leg extended long if it's okay for you. And imagine too, you're pressing into the wall. You might even want to get next to a wall here and have that foot actually press into a wall. So you imagine you're standing on it. So you don't really have to worry about balance here, but we're working on that nice straight leg that we're going to be working through in all of our poses. So finding some engagement in the belly. Maybe have both hands on the strap and draw that leg up, engaging the top of the thigh. So spreading through those toes, noticing that engagement of the thigh here as you press down into the ball of the foot. You might even notice that calf start to engage. Good, relax the shoulders. Find the power of your breath here. Good, one more full inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, bring the strap into just your right hand. Take your toes, rotate them out as your heel rotates in. And you have now that external rotation, that outward rotation of the leg. and then ground down into the foot. Maybe that left arm goes out by the side. I like to press down into my left thigh as that right leg drops out to the side. So keep it active. You're actively holding it up, but you're still pressing through the ball of the foot. You're not just letting it collapse. Spread through the toes. And then maybe you can pick up your head, look down to your foot, and make sure your foot is parallel. It's not turned in, it's not turned out. You're breathing here. One more breath. Exhale fully. Draw in through the belly, bend into the knee slightly. Inhale, draws that leg back up. Exhale, pause there. Gonna take another inhale. And as you exhale, bend into the knee. Draw that knee into the chest, and then place that right foot on the ground. Draw the left knee up. Strap goes around the ball of the foot. Spread through those fingers, spread through the toes. Grabbing on the strap with two hands, and then lengthen that right leg long. So gauge that leg, push through the ball of the foot, spread through the toes on the right side as much as the left, and breathe here. Shoulders draw back, lower belly draws in, press into the ball of that foot to get that calf and hamstring and quadricep engaged. And then making sure the foot's pressing straight up, it's not rolling in or out. It's right above your hip if you can. And again, if your hamstrings aren't that flexible, maybe this is in line, but you want your foot in line with your hip. It's not out, it's not in. One more full inhale here. Exhale. As you inhale, bring the hand to the left, or strap to the left hand. Rotate the heel in, toes out. Ground down into that right hip and let that leg open up to the side. Good, finding that external rotation of the leg. Spread through the toes, heel draws up, so you're finding that inner thigh stretch. Grounding down and pressing down. Take a look at that bottom toe, make sure it's spread. Big inhale. Exhale. Put a bend into the knee. Inhale, draws the leg back up. And exhale. Good. Go ahead and bend into the knee. Draw that knee into the chest, give it a squeeze. The other leg, give it a squeeze. And then when you're ready, you're going to roll to one side. Put that strap off to the side. Roll to one side. Press yourself up. Come all the way up to standing. So when I'm going to demonstrate once with the blocks and then once with the chair with this little flow. So as we go through, you have those options to you, right? You even have the wall like we've used before in the class. So you can always place your foot against the wall. You can press your hands into the wall. But the idea is to keep that spine nice and long and then either opening the hips or keeping those hips square depending on what type of pose it is. All right. So I'm going to face you to begin. Round down into the soles of your feet. And again, mindfully place those feet either hip distance apart so that your knee's in line with your second and third toe, or those big toes are touching. So whatever is best for you, you're going to do that in your practice and stick with it. So ground down and then just rock a little bit forward and backwards on those feet. Finding that standing power. Good, hands are by the side. Press down into the feet. Inhale, lift the toes. Notice how that engages the thighs. Exhale, press down into the four corners equally. Good, and then keep that engagement in the legs. Imagine you have that block between your thighs, and then slowly lower the toes. Good, keep the engagement in the legs. Tadasana, so your standing pose, whatever feels best to you here to find power. Find that little length in your hip bone, so press your thumb into your hip bone, and then your middle finger on your thigh to lengthen that area, to lengthen the tailbone. Good, take another deep inhale here. Exhale, keep that power. Good, coming into chair pose. You're going to inhale, take the arms up. And as you exhale, sit back in your chair. So we're going to have that little bit of a hinge, right? So we're upright with our chest, drop in through the belly, squeeze the knees, and then press down into the feet. Again, re-engage the feet as you lift the toes. Exhale, place the toes back down. Good, another inhale there. Exhale. As you inhale, press up. Exhale, release the hands. Doing a little side stretch. Inhale, takes the arms up. Exhale, grab onto the right wrist. Press down into the feet, lengthen. Exhale, lean to the left, look down to that left heel. Take another inhale. Exhale. Inhale takes the arms up. And as you exhale, release the hands down. Good. Inhale brings those arms up. And then exhale, sit deeper into your chair. So sit nice and deep. So that might mean the hands come forward for balance. And then draw those arm bones back. Sit back, squeeze the knees again. Inhale, lift those toes. Exhale, press the toes down. Good. Another inhale here. Exhale. Inhale presses you to stand. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale takes those arms up. Exhale, grab onto the left wrist. Big length in the spine. Inhale, press into the feet. Exhale, lean over to the right. Take an inhale there. Exhale. Inhale brings you back up. And exhale, release the hands. Good. Take those feet out nice and wide on your inhale. So finding that prasarita, that wide leg forward bend, so ankles and wrists line up. Press into the power of those feet. Lift those toes, lift your kneecaps. Exhale, press into the outer edges of your feet and imagine you're drawing your heels toward one another. So finding that engagement. Hands to your hips. Take a big inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Good. Lift and lengthen so hands can stay on hips. You're lengthening forward. Shift the weight slightly forward. Or maybe hands come down to blocks or floor. Maybe you have that chair in front of you. So again, nice long spine. You're not rounding forward. You're hinging from the hips. So you're lengthening from here, not from the shoulders. Good. 2 more breaths. Keep actively pressing into those feet. Big inhale here. Exhale. Bring that left hand to the center line, pressing down, right hand to your right hip. Roll that right shoulder back. Press down into that bottom hand to roll the right shoulder back. Look to the right. Notice if you feel more weight pressing into that left inner thigh and shift the hips back to the left. Keep rolling the shoulder back, maybe hand on the low back to open the chest. Exhale, look down. Bring that right hand down to the floor. Press that left hand into the low back. Take an inhale and exhale, rotate. So your nice long spine out to the front and back through the spine, not down toward the floor. Pressing down into the floor to open the chest. Another big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, both hands come down. Press down into the floor. Bend the knees if you need to. Hands are going to come to your hips. Press into those feet. Inhale, lifts the heart. And exhale, release. Good. Turning those right toes out. So come into Trikonasana. So heel and arch in line. Unless you need a little more space, then heel to heel align. Bend, keeping that front knee straight. Right? You're going to have your block just behind your calf in case you need it. And then you're going to press into the ball of the foot. Lift up onto the ball of the foot. Exhale, press into that heel, draw the toes back. Keep that engagement, press back into the ball of the foot, and extend the arms wide. Big inhale there. Exhale, lengthen that arm over to the side as far as you can. Keep lifting up through the kneecaps. And then as you exhale, taking that hand down to the block or floor. Top hand's going to stay on your hip to begin. Roll the shoulder back. Open the chest. Press down. Keep the activity in the legs. And then lengthen that hand straight up to the ceiling. Maybe gaze goes up. Keep pressing down. Lengthen out. Good. One more full inhale. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, top hand to top hip. Bending into that knee. Take an inhale, press yourself up. And then as you exhale, taking that left hip, and drop forward. So you're going to step in, shorten your stance. Make your feet so they're not on a tightrope, so they're parallel. And then press down into the soles of the feet. Again, have your blocks slightly forward if you need them. And then press down, draw back into the heel. Lifting that kneecap, exhale, press into the ball of the foot, lift your heel, and then press everything down. Left hip draws forward, right hip draws back. Hands are on your hips, big inhale, and then exhale, hinge forward. Draw the right hip back, left hip forward. Hands can stay on hips or they come to floor. Maybe blocks here. Press into the back foot, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, as you fold, all you're doing is bending your elbows. So shoulders keep rolling back. Draw those shoulder tips toward one another. One more full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, long spine. As you exhale, bend into the front knee. Take that back leg, make it nice and long. Let that back knee drop. Take an inhale, lift the chest. Open it up. Exhale. Inhale opens you to the right. And then exhale, left hand comes down to the blocker floor. Press down into that hand. Roll the shoulders back. Shoulder blades come together as that top arm reaches straight up. So finding that revolve that we're going to need, that twist that we're going to need in the next pose. Good. Create space by drawing your right hip away from your right shoulder. Big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, circles that right hand down to the blocker floor. Exhale, pausing there. Take an inhale, long spine, straighten the back leg. And as you exhale, step that back foot in, coming back to that Parsvottanasana. So press down into the feet. Lengthen the spine, draw that right hip back, left hip forward to find length. Good, and then now your hand's gonna probably come down on the inside of your foot, maybe to the outside, right hand to the right hip. Roll that right shoulder back, press into the ball of the foot, create space between your shoulder and your hip, drawing it open, shoulder blades onto the back. Keep drawing your legs nice and strong. Good, keep rolling the shoulders back. If you look down and your shoulders are stacked, you can notice your top shoulder's in line with your bottom shoulder. That's when you maybe start to reach the arm up. Be mindful that you're not creating any tension or creating any stress in the neck. And maybe even that arm's reaching out this way. Take another inhale. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, both hands down. Bend into that front knee. Inhale, presses yourself up. And exhale, step your feet together. Good, pausing there in the middle. Standing in your feet. Check in with right side, left side, close your eyes. Exhale fully. Good, as you inhale, open your eyes. And exhale, find that stance, ground down, lift up through the toes, big inhale. Exhale, press into the balls of the feet as you lower the toes. Keep the engagement, find that length in the hips, hand to hip bone, middle finger to the thigh, lengthen that down, find space in the low back. Lower belly draws in, shoulders roll down and back, Tadasana, mountain pose, equal standing pose. Another big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, takes the arms up. Exhale, bend into the knees. Good, finding that higher chair. So chest is more lifted, tailbone drops, pressing into those feet as you draw the knees together. Good, relax the shoulders. And always if this is too much for your shoulders, arms can go wider. Cactus, they can always reach forward, but draw those shoulder heads back into their sockets. Good, another breath here. And exhale, press to stand. Release those hands. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, lean over to the left. Take an inhale there. Exhale. Inhale, top arm reaches. And exhale, release the hands. Good, inhale, take the arms out straight. Exhale, draw those arm bones back into their sockets and bend the knees deep. Bend them deep. See if you can go a little bit deeper. Maybe you can even touch the floor and then arms continue to reach. Good, breathe, squeeze the knees. Your heart rate might be going up here. Good, find the power of those legs. Press down to keep the chest lifted. Another big inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lifts. Exhale, release those arms. Inhale, takes the arms up. Exhale, grab onto that left wrist. Find some length on your inhale. And then exhale, lean over to the right. Take another inhale. And exhale. Inhale, takes those arms up. And exhale, release them down. Taking those legs, step them out nice and wide. Having that block behind your calves in case you need it. Press down into those feet. Legs are wide. Inhale, lift up through those toes. Exhale, press into the outer edges of the feet as you draw those heels in. Good, hands come to the hip, big inhale. And exhale, fold. Nice long spine here, big inhale. And then exhale, hands come to the chair, the blocks, the floor. Keep that nice long spine. Keep sending the sit bones back as those inner thighs go back, and then the chest draws forward as the head lengthens out. Finding that broadness across the chest, those shoulder blades drawing together, not rounding. Good, 2 more breaths here. Big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen, nice long spine. Exhale, hands to hips. Bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, lifts the heart. And exhale. Good, you're gonna turn out your left toes to the left. And from here, I'm just gonna use the chair for this round, for using that in case you don't have blocks. So those left toes are gonna turn out, heel to arch alignment, and then hands to your hips to begin. Take an inhale, draw the heel or the toes back so you're pressing into the heel, notice the engagement of the leg. Exhale, press the toes down, lift that heel, find engagement of the calf, and then press the whole foot down. Keep that engagement in the whole body. As you inhale, take the arms wide. Good, as you exhale, reach over to that left side, and then bring that hand down to the chair. So your hand's gonna press into the chair, your top hand, your right hand's gonna go to your hip. Roll the shoulders back, press down into the ball of the foot, open the chest, shoulder blades draw onto your back, and then maybe that top arm starts to reach. So finding length that's equal in the side waist, so you're not rounding down to that lower leg, you're lengthening your side waist down. That right hip's kicking to the back of your mat or drawing to the back of your mat. Maybe challenge your balance, look to that top hand. Another full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, top hand to top hip. Put a little bend into that front knee as you exhale, press yourself up. Good, and then from there, you're gonna take that right leg, step it out to the sides, shorten your stance slightly. So both hips are gonna point to the top of your mat. So your feet are not on a tightrope, they're about a plank's distance apart or hip distance apart. Hands to your hips. Again, press down into the ball of the foot, lift your heel. Exhale, press down into the heel, lift your toes. Keep that engagement, inhale lifts the chest. Exhale, lengthen forward, drawing that right hip forward, left hip back. Imagine you have that block between your thighs. And then hands can come to the chair. You're gonna lengthen long spine, draw the shoulder blades onto the back, and then all you're gonna do to exhale is just bend the elbows. Imagine you're lengthening the top of your head toward the back of the chair as you continue to draw those inner thighs toward one another. So finding that inner spiral of the thighs. One more full inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen long spine. Exhale, put a little bend into the front knee. And then inhale, presses yourself up. Exhale, extend the back leg nice and long. Drop down onto that back knee. And then inhale, takes those arms up. Exhale here, find a little length in that side waist. Another big inhale. And as you exhale, you take that right hand down to the blocker floor. You can even press it into the chair. Open the chest. Good, draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Finding something to press into so you can open the chest, shoulder blades onto the back. Taking that left hip, draw away from the left shoulder. Take another full inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, top hand comes down. Exhale, straighten the back leg. Placing the hands on the chair, take that back leg, step it in. Good, ground down into the feet. Draw that right hip forward, left hip back. Press down fully into the soles of the feet. Lift the toes as you inhale. Exhale. Good, as you inhale, long spine, press down into that right hand. And exhale, left hand to left hip. Draw the left hip away from the left shoulder as you open the chest. Press into that bottom hand, and then as you exhale, maybe start to bend into that bottom hand as you roll the left shoulder back. That left hip draws back, left shoulder lifts and opens. Keep the legs super active. Good, another inhale here. Maybe that exhale, that top hand reaches. Keep opening the chest, big inhale. Exhale, hand to hip. Inhale, rolling down. Exhale, hands to chair. Put a little bend into that knee. Inhale, presses yourself up. And exhale, step those feet together. Good, taking a moment there, standing in that Tadasana. Mindfully placing those feet, feeling how it feel the strength of your legs as you're feeling those legs and the soles of your feet pressing into your mat. Close your eyes for a couple breaths. Feeling the strength of the legs, the strength of your breath, the strength of your mind. Take another full inhale. And exhale. Inhale, slowly make your way to your mat. Find a cross-legged position on your mat. Right shin in front of your left shin. We'll end with a little easy twist. Sit up nice and tall. As you exhale, left hand, right thigh, right hand behind you. Take a big inhale, lifts your chest. Exhale, rotate. Take another inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, looks to the front. Exhale, unwind. Go to the other side, left hand's behind you. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist. Another full inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, look to the front. Exhale, unwind. And then from here, go ahead and lay down onto your back. Take a couple minutes. If you have your chair here, it's nice to put those feet up on the chair. They've worked hard for you. Otherwise, you can just sit here with the strength of your legs. You can lay back into Shavasana. Just take 3 or 4 minutes just to notice the sensations of your legs. Notice the power of your legs. Notice the power of your breath. Thank you for joining. Hopefully this is informative. Please contact Kelly and I if you have any questions about any of the poses. And we hope to see you in our classes this week and the weeks to come. Drink lots of water, eat your veggies, and wear some sunblock. Namaste.